Let's talk about that biometrics for a minute. Personally identifiable includes behavioral characteristics, fingerprints, retina and iris scans, voice prints, DNA sequence, facial characteristics, and handwriting. Behavioral characteristics. There's a field for that in the SEDS. Ever heard of Class.Dojo? Did you know that the Little Rock School District is using fingerprint scanners to get their lunches in the cafeteria? So is Cabot. My school was using fingerprint scanners to check books out of the library. They did it for a year before I knew about it. Never asked my permission. I go marching up there. What do you mean you're fingerprinting my kid? You didn't ask my permission. They didn't have to. The law was changed. Okay, moving on. Next. In junior high, they're going to start it in kindergarten because that's what's in the database. Okay. Now, remember we talked about intentions, right? We talked about stated goals, perceptions of education policy and all of this. There's a couple studies you all need to read up on so that you can form your own opinion as to where all this is going. And this is where we get labeled as conspiracy theorists, huh? Can you name one government program that got smaller? Bazinga. All right. This is where the U.S. Department of Education is headed. These studies are on their webpage. They blog about it. They're really proud. Enhancing data mining and learning analytics. It's a long report, but it's worth a read when we get some snow here. The thing that stood out to me after poring over that report was the reference to a single data set. In this report, they're going on about how they've been mining our kids for years, and they've been pulling this information from all these different places, and they'd really like to just have it all in one place. Park. P20 database. It's all in one place. Right?
Karen, the important thing about that is that they used to report aggregate data. So
yes.
Just one school.
Right.
But now it's on student level data.
It is. It is tied to their student ID. This is individual information. All right. Now that Class.Dojo has partnered with the Common Core State Standards Initiative. You got all kinds of sunshine and applesauce on their website about it. That's behavioral characteristics. And it encourages teachers to keep track of data known as I can statements for the purpose of furthering the Common Core State Standards Initiative. As soon as I found that out, I marched right up to my school and had my kids yanked out of Class.Dojo. Connor doesn't need that stuff following him around. All those red cards he gets full of. All right, the kid's got to get into college. I can't have something like that working against him. All right, next slide. There's another infographic about the data sharing that'll blow your mind. Next. Just for FYI, the Republican National Committee came out with a resolution asking for the repeal of this reform. Next. Okay, here's what's happening. Now, I took this out of my presentation for a couple of reasons. One, because I know it was running long. On your Google list, write these words down. Grit, tenacity, and perseverance. Grit, tenacity, and perseverance. This is a study proposal that is sitting on the U.S. Department of Education's website. This is their intent for K through 12 students and beyond. Skip over to page 46 and do some reading and think about biometrics. And then decide if you're okay with this database and this individual data sharing and the fact that they can collect and report said biometric information on your children without you ever knowing about it. Grit, tenacity, and perseverance, page 46, is their stated goal.